Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's Tessie Tim. Okay, welcome to Woman with Grace. The channel is all about getting closer to God and overcoming marital challenges, as well as regaining your confidence after going through so much in life. You guys, thank you so much for all your patience. While I was grieving, I'm so much better now, as you can see, and I'm ready to go straight into the next topic that I've. This topic, I was supposed to have been posted this a long time ago, but for some weird reason, I could just never get this topic out. But hey, God's time is always the best. So here we go. The topic for today is all about the things that you should consider before getting married. Okay, if you have found that person that you're like, "Ooh, that person makes my heart go beat beat," and you're like, "Oh man, I'm ready to dive into this and be their wife or their husband." Try and consider this 14 points that I have. I'm going to do my best to kind of like elaborate a little bit on the topics. Um, sorry, not the topics, on the points that I do have to say that you should consider. And sorry about the background noises if you do hear it. Of course, I have neighbors. So yeah, let's go straight to it. The first point to consider before getting married, and no, you don't have to do it in any certain order, but this is how I just wrote them out for because it's so long, 14 points. So I kind of wrote them out. So you're gonna see me glance a little bit at my tablet. So yeah, the first point to consider before you say I do or get married is pray and fast. Oh my God, that is so important. Before I got married, or before I got to know God more in my marriage. So I would say I did not pray and fast before I got married. So now that I know way better, I would say please pray and fast and wait on God. If God says no to that marriage, don't do it. If you want to do it at your own risk, hey, go ahead. It's all on you. But if God says no, please don't do it. Don't say yes. That's to the male and the female as well. The second point I would say is take your time to know the person. Whether it's the male, you're the male that want to get married, you're the woman, take your time to get to know them. Okay? Get to know their habits, get to know like their dislikes, the good habits, their bad habits, can they communicate? Get to know all those things. Don't just jump in without knowing the person. Another thing, part number three is get to know their family. People take for granted how important it is to get to know the family that you're about to get married into. It is important. Yes, I understand that's going to be you and your husband, you and your wife against the world and all that. But the family of that person is important because just like how you're going to be with him or her forever, you're going to be with their family forever, y'all. So that's important. Get to know their family. Do they like you? Do they want you in that family? Are there traditions and stuff what you're willing to, take? How do they behave when you're with them? Hang around with his or her family. Don't ignore that. Don't just spend your time only with your man or your woman. Get to know his or her family. That is important. Please don't just overlook that. Get to know them. See if that's a family you would love to raise your children in and all that. Yes, I know when y'all get married, it's going to be you guys at your own side here and there, but the family does matter. Okay. Um, religion. Religion is another thing that I would say consider. Especially if you're already a religious person right now, consider that. Is that person religious as well? And if they're not, are you willing to sacrifice your religion? Are you willing to just go ahead and get married, whether the person is as religious as you, whether they're Christian, they're Muslim, or, if you guys favor like the same path? Because it does matter. It does matter. Do you want a praying wife or praying husband, or you don't care? So consider that. Um, so basically now I'm on point number five. Then point number five that I have is raising children. What are you guys' beliefs on that? What's your partner's belief? How do they want to raise your future kids? Because that does matter too. Don't wait till later and you're like, this is how you want to speak about all those things. What are the traditions you guys would like to upkeep? What are his or her views? Yes. And number six is money. Money, the finances, that matter. What is their credit score? How are they? What kind of spender are they? Are they an overspender? Are you an overspender? Um, do they believe in budgeting? Do they believe in just, saving for vacations, things of that nature? Or do they just feel like squandering their money all the time? Do they have a lot of debts? We don't talk about that often, but that's important. Okay. Are you going to come into the marriage with debt? Is he going to come into the marriage with debt? I don't know. But talk about finances. How do they view money? Because that's important. Money is one thing that a lot of couples, argue over, as well as communication. So talk about the money part. Um, Number seven is step parenting. Step parenting is something that a lot of people they go into. I believe they do not communicate about that. Like you can meet someone they have a kid or children, and you disregard the fact, and you're just focusing on just the person. Like, are you really willing to be a step parent? Is he or she really willing to be a step parent? That parenting is not as always rosy as people think, or just because you're seeing the person right now and you guys are not like how to call it always there in the children's life. Like later on in the long run, all those parts are gonna important. So you have the heart to love those kids each and every day as if they're your own. Not everybody can do it. So can you do it? So before you're going into that marriage, or before he is going to the marriage, can he do it? Can she do it? Okay. Um, Number eight is expectations from him or her, your values, your limits, your tolerances. What are they? What are they? What are yours? Don't just keep aside your values, what your expectations are for your partner, and disregard it just because you want to get married. Ask them, get to know it. Okay. And another thing that I would say is red flags. I know we hear about red flags a lot. Like, what are the things that they are doing that you're like, oh no, I cannot stand that. Oh no, I cannot look past it. Oh no, I cannot handle it in the long run. Just because if you're seeing it right now, don't think they're gonna change that in the marriage immediately. At least with God's intervention, they can. But to avoid it, what are the red flags that they are showing you right now that you're like, mm-mm? Are they like, for example, I wrote down some. How do they handle disagreements? Like, do they cuss you out? Do they give you silent treatment? Um, do they act like they don't care? Like they don't apologize? Etc. Things like that. Do you guys get physical? How do you guys handle it? Things like that. But in general, do not ignore the red flags, y'all. What you're seeing right now is what you're gonna get, maybe even worse. Okay. Um, Another thing that I said, number 10 right now is consider to read this Bible verses. I wrote down 2 Corinthians 13:4-7. What love is. It really defines what love is. Ephesians 5:25-27, the man's role. Ephesians 5:22-24, the women's role. And then just to add on, read topics on divorce, adultery, etc. So that you can prepare. And you can never prepare because you really get the experience and learn marriage when you're inside. It's a school. You're learning each day in your marriage. So you can never fully prepare. Um, and then number 11 is follow your instincts. Male or women, follow your instincts. Don't ignore it. What does it say? Don't always follow your heart or your feelings, but follow your instincts. Sometimes our instincts, most time, matter of fact, our instincts speak to us and we just ignore it. Follow your instincts. If you really know deep down, you're like, no, 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 no. Don't ignore it. Okay, follow your instincts. And number 12, I'm gonna ask you is, are you truly ready? Have you experienced life a lot? Have you like gotten over your exes? Are you marrying just to show off or for real? And remember, once husband and the kids come, things are going to change drastically, okay? Especially for women, it will change. So, are you truly ready? Is he truly ready? There's certain habits you're going to have to abandon in your marriage because you're not just going in by yourself, but with another person. And another one, number 13, is why are you marrying? Are you marrying like because you just want to rush? Are you tired of being single? Are you looking for an escape from a current situation? Um, are you marrying for pity for the person, or you just marry because you just don't care? Or you're like, whatever, don't do that. You have to be married for the right reasons. Because once you're in, you don't just want to run out when the heat gets too hot in the kitchen, okay? So, are you married? Why are you marrying? Ask yourself that. And last but not least is number 14. My thing is to consider is divorce an option for you? Is divorce an option for him or her? Remember, they said for better, for worse. When it gets worse, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna run? You gonna stay? So consider that. Those are my 14 points that I would say to consider when you're getting married or before you say I do. If there's more that you want to add, go ahead and comment below and hey, let's talk about it. And what are the things that do you think some of the things that I consider should not be on the list? And overall, remember that inside the marriage, that's when you're really gonna see the person for who him or her is. There's no way to fake it. Yes, I understand people can fake it to make it, but inside the marriage, you are sharing your space, your vulnerabilities, your body, your money, your family, extended family, everything you're sharing, like in a true marriage, everything you have to share with another individual that comes from a totally different background than you, from a different household than you. So you're gonna see certain things that you're like, man, why did I not see this? So don't just take getting married as a light thing. It's very critical. It's gonna break you or make you the person that you choose. Because number one, too, you guys are gonna bring kids into the world. What examples are you trying to show to your kids? A lot of us do not consider things like that. But marriage is extremely important and is blissful and overall a great choice to make when we take our time to do it right, to pick the right person. And no, there's no such thing as a perfect person. There's none. But at least if you do those few things that I mentioned and more, you have a better chance to be more happier or to better handle yourself in your marriage versus just ignoring it and just jumping in like, okay, I feel this way, that's it. No. So yeah, let me know what you think, and thank you so much once again for watching the video, and thank you guys again for your patience. Have a nice day and stay blessed. And if you do decide to say I do, congratulations, and I wish you a blissful marriage.